And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mangione Aquatic Center on the campus of Loyola University in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. We are here for the 2026 MIAA A Conference Prelims and Finals in swimming. I'm Larry Dukes, Morgan Knox on the camera. This morning we will have 8 events, multiple heats of those 8 events, all the individual events. And we'll come back tonight in finals with 11 events, including 3 relays. Teams getting themselves ready, pool clear, waiting for the officials, and we'll be ready to start this meet in just a moment. For each one of the events, we'll give you the lane assignments, the names of the swimmers, their schools, and also the play-by-play of the race and the results as we see them. Official results are on Meet Mobile, so if you go to that application, you should be able to see the official results. We'll give it to you, as I said, best we can see it, but we're not privy to any disqualifications from the officials. Appears they're finishing up the coaches meeting. And we should be ready to get started in just a moment. It also appears that we will have one relay, at least one relay. We'll have to see how this goes the rest of the time. Don't know exactly for sure why Mount St. Joe's A relay will be swimming here in the morning session, but the varsity version of their A relay in the 200-meter medley relay will, it appears to be the first swimmers for the morning session. Our stadium announcer making some announcements. And we're going to have Brad Shepard sing our national anthem from Calvert Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem. And a beautiful rendition of the national anthem And we thank him for that. And we're ready for event number 1. And a backstroker in the water for Mount St. Joe. And the prelim session of the 2026 MIAA Swim Championships is underway. And making the turn off the first 25, backstroke. And we'll go back, breast, fly, and free in that order, 50 of each stroke. And in the water now, Mount St. Joe's breaststroker. And teammates at the turn end of the pool encouraging their swimmers. And the crowd here for the morning session, almost sold out. Some standing room here behind us and along the balcony of Loyola University's Aquatic Center. And in the water now, butterfly. The B-Conference Championship will be held Wednesday night at McDonogh, and we'll be back to do that live stream as well. And now the freestyle leg of the 200-yard medley relay as Mount St. Joe comes to the wall. And they'll finish just under 2 minutes. 1:57.76 is the time for the medley relay. So the first event in the books, and we'll move on to the JV level of the 200-yard freestyle. There are 3 heats. In lane number 2 will be Shura Sivak from Gilman, Jaden Williams from Loyola in 3, Teddy Sinclair also from Loyola in 4. From Gilman, it'll be Will Michael in 5 and William Baranano in lane number 6. And from McDonogh in lane number 7, it'll be Edward Kotoff. Eight lengths of the pool in the 200-yard freestyle. Your leader in lane number 4 is Teddy Sinclair from Loyola. Split time was 27:01. Will Michael was second from Gilman, 28:47. Third place was Jaden Williams from Loyola. As they turn it to 75, it remains Sinclair, Michael, and Williams. Next 50 split, Sinclair 30.14, Michael 32.03. So Sinclair starting to extend his lead. And it appears to be just about 2 body lengths over Will Michael, who has a body length over Jaden Williams from Loyola. Turn for the last 50. Sinclair, Michael, Williams Fourth place is William Baronero. And fifth at the moment is Shora Sivak. And to the wall, it is lane number 4, Teddy Sinclair. His time did not post, but it was right around 2 minutes. Will Michael is second, 2:07.07. And unfortunately, we were getting errant times on the scoreboard. So hopefully we will get that rectified. So it did finish up Sinclair, then Michael, then Williams. Heat number 2 is up. Heat number 2 will find Ben McWilliams from Gilman in 2. Garrett Daly from Calvert Hall in 3. Cole Grayson from Loyola in 4. McDonogh's Austin Smith in 5. Alfie Aldove from Mount St. Joe in 6. And Rafferty Riggs from McDonogh in 7. Your leader in lane number 5 is Austin Smith from McDonogh. He's followed by Cole Grayson and Loyola in lane number 4, and then Calvert Hall's Garrett Daly in 3. They approach the halfway point, the first 100. It's still Smith, then Grayson, then Daly. Fourth place is Aldove. Cole Grayson's still starting to make his move. As they approach the last 50, they'll turn together with Austin Smith. Cole Grayson slipping into the lead. Touches first in the last 25, but Austin Smith still hanging with him. They'll go to the wall. And your winner, Cole Grayson, 2:00.49. Austin Smith second, 2:00.93. Third place is going to be Calvert Hall's Garrett Daly. He touches at 2:11.54. And Alfie Aldove is fourth from Mount St. Joe, 2:12.51. Final heat for the JV. In lane number 1 for Calvert Hall, Caleb Blight, also for Calvert Hall. Mason Razik in 2. Andrew Rebel in 3. Jake Fitzgerald from Loyola in 4. Omid Nananji from McDonogh in 5. Jack Klein from Archbishop Spalding in 6. And Robbie here, Calvert Hall in 7. Appears that we have a scratch. Robbie here did not step up for Calvert Hall in lane number 7. Stroke for stroke in the middle of the pool. Your leader right now, lane number 4, Jake Fitzgerald, and Omid Nananji from Gilman, from McDonogh, is second. Third place for Calvert Hall is Andrew Rebel. turn at the 100 mark. 28.72 for Jake Fitzgerald in that 50. 29.59 for Omid Nananji. At the 150, Fitzgerald turns at 30.04 and Nananji 30.78. So Fitzgerald extending his lead by a little bit on the last 50. Now in the last 50, a solid body length lead over Omid Nananji. At the finish, winning time for Fitzgerald, 154.71. Nananji second, 157.02. Third place is going to be Calvert Hall's Andrew Revel. He touches in at 2:06.84. Fourth is Jack Klein, 2:09.08. Event number 5 is the varsity version of the 200-yard freestyle. 3 heats of it. In lane number 1, David Stanley from Spalding. Salvatore Anello from Loyola in 3. Bryce Hio from Gilman in 4. Tim Williams from Spalding in 5. McDonogh's James Liu in 6. And Oliver Lazar from Calvert Hall in lane number 7. On the first turn, your early lead. That's actually stroke for stroke, lanes 4 and 3. Bryce Hio and Salvatore Anello. Split times were exactly the same, 24.74 for both swimmers. Third place, Tim Williams, 24.97. At the turn at the 100, 26.75 for Bryce Hio and Salvatore Anello, 26.99. They're 1-2. Third place is lane number 5. Tim Williams from Spalding. So it goes Hio, Anello, Williams in that order. And they'll come to the finish. Bryce Hio from Gilman, 143.82. Salvatore Anello, 147.03 from Loyola. Third place, Tim Williams, Spalding, 148.18. And James Liu is fourth from McDonogh, 149.04. Heat 2 will have Ethan Davies from McDonogh in 2. Luke Recton from Calvert Hall in 3. Kyan Siri from Gilman in 4. Matt Dyer in 5 from Loyola. Liam McAvenue from Calvert Hall in 6. And Luke McAvenue from Calvert Hall in 7. At the 50, it's Kyan Siri from Gilman, 23.84, the split. Second is Luke Recton, Calvert Hall, 24.49. And Ethan Davies from McDonogh, 24.55, your top three. At the 100, it's still Kian Siri, 25.83 on the split. 26.58 for Ethan Davies for second. And Luke Recton now third, 26.80. At the 150, Siri, 26.18. Davies, 27.47. Recton, 27.66. So solid in those positions right now with Siri spreading things out a bit. Over 2 body length lead as he comes to the wall. He's going to touch at 142.54 for the victory here in heat number 2. Second place, Ethan Davies, 146.54. Third, Luke Recton, 146.98. And fourth, Matt Dyer from Loyola, 148.62. Final heat, heat number 3. Lane number 1, Joe Sezeniakowski from Mount St. Joe in 1. Holden Herman in 2. From Gilman, McDonogh's Zeke Wickham in 3. Spencer Belbot from Loyola in 4. Riley Poyer from McDonogh in 5. Cooper Lewis from Spalding in 6. And Matthew Hart from Loyola in 7. Leader in lane number 4, Spencer Belbot from Loyola. Spencer is a junior. Second place is Riley Poyer from McDonogh. His teammate Zeke Wickham is third. Belbot split 25-40. Poyer was at 26.56. And Wickham at 26.88. That was at the 100, the last 50 split. At the 150, same order. Belbot, Poyer, and Wickham. Herman from Gilman is fourth. He's followed by Lewis in fifth from Spalding. At the wall, Spencer Belmont, 142.28. Your heat winner. Riley Poyer from McDonogh, 144 flat. Third place, Zeke Wickham, 145.93. Fourth was Holden Herman from Gilman, 148.10. Next up will be the 200-yard individual medley at the JV level, event number 6. Heat number 1 will be Finn O'Brien from Loyola in 1, Caleb Colburn from Calvert Hall in 2, Ray Yang from Gilman in 3, Busong Shu from McDonogh in 4, Austin Bowman from Loyola in 5, Dalton Duncan from McDonogh in 6, 7 is Connor Duran from Gilman. 8 is Colin Gitchell from Spalding. 2 heats of this 200-yard individual medley: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Now into the backstroke leg. Your leader, Austin Bowman, in lane number 5. I think we had scratches here in lane number 6. Dalton Duncan for McDonogh and Colin Gitchell from Spalding in lane number 7, and lane number 8. So 6 swimmers out of the 8 in the pool for these prelims in heat number 1. As we exchange over into the breaststroke. Still, lane number 4, Busong Shu, your leader. Split time was 32.02 on the backstroke for Busong. Second place is lane number 3, Ray Yang from Gilman. And third is Austin Bowman for Loyola Blakefield. Make the turn for the last 50, freestyle. It is Shu, followed by Yang, and then Bowman. The battle is for second place, as Busong Shu will come to the wall as your winner. 2:12.59. Second place is going to be Austin Bowman from Loyola, 2:15.51. Third goes to Ray Yang, 2:16.47 for Gilman. Fourth is Caleb Colburn from Calvert Hall. Heat number 2, Valerio Astori for Calvert Hall in 1. Teammate Joran Carrillo in lane number 2. Spalding's Ian Nolette in 3. Aiden Price from Loyola Blakefield in 4. His teammate Joseph Accioni in lane number 5. For McDonogh, it's Luke Parsons in 6. Adler Spot from Gilman in 7. And Dylan Dove Goodwin from Mount St. Joe is in lane number 8. We have a full field for this heat number 2. Butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. In that order, 50 of each. Early leader, lane number 4 is Aiden Price. Down in lane number 1 for second, Valerio Astori. Now in the backstroke. Third place now, Oven Carrillo from Calvert Hall. Slight lead over the field. Carrillo now slipping into second place, but there are 5 swimmers all vying for that second place position as they come to the wall to go over into breaststroke. His teammate, Ian Nolette from Spalding, now second. And then all the way out here, Adler Spot and Luke Parsons making moves, and also Joe Accioni. So up for grabs here as we hit breaststroke, and things are switching around a bit. Luke Parsons now takes over second place. It's still Aiden Price with your lead. Joe Accioni is third. They come to the freestyle. So it's Price, then Parsons, then Accioni. Adler Spot for fourth. And the race to the wall. Your winner, Aiden Price, 2:14.22. Luke Parsons is second for McDonogh, 2:14.56. Joe Accioni third, 2:16.14. Fourth was Adler Spot from Gilman. Now for the varsity. 3 heats of the varsity. Owen Shedwick from Calvert Hall in lane number 1. Cole Morgan in 2 from Loyola. Also from Loyola, Tim Mihawk in 3. Liam McQuaid in 4. In lane number 5 is Peyton Knott from Calvert Hall. Gilman's Vincent Wu in 6. And Brady McQuaid from Loyola in 7. And you can find the links for this session and tell your family and friends if they want to join in and watch the fun. Go to the links on the MIAA sports.net championship page for swimming, and you can join us here for the box cast. Your leader in lane number 4 is Liam McQuaid from Loyola. Touches first, split time 28.77. Second place is Peyton Knott from Calvert Hall, 29.65. And Tim Mihawk from Loyola is third, 29.96. Breaststroke is changing the leaderboard a little bit here. Peyton Knott now in the lead. McQuaid second, Mihawk is third. They all touch together at the wall. Into the freestyle. And now it's Mihawk with the slight lead. Then Knott, then McQuaid. Last turn, sprint to the wall. Mihawk down in lane number 3 from Loyola Blakefield. He'll come to the wall and touch first. Winning time, 1:57.85. Peyton Knott from Calvert Hall, 1:58.32. Liam McQuaid is third from Loyola. His time, 1:58.33. Vincent Wu was fourth for Gilman. Heat number 2, Evan Alliger from Mount St. Joe in 1. Caden Trainer from Calvert Hall in 2. Rahul Shanani from McDonogh in 3. Justin Shee from McDonogh in 4. Will Rosenthal from Spalding in 5. Teammate Liam Cunningham in 6. And Gilman's Matthew Lind in 7. At the butterfly, your leader, lane number 4, that's Justin Shee from McDonogh, now into the backstroke. Second place, his teammate Rahul Shanani in 3. And third place, Will Rosenthal from Spalding. Justin Shee extending his lead in the breaststroke. Shanani is second. Rosenthal third. Fourth place is Cunningham for Spalding. And big finish, big win for Justin Shee from McDonogh. Winning time, 1:49.02. His teammate, Rahul Shanani, will finish second. His time, 1:57.29. Will Rosenthal from Spalding, 1:58.45. Fourth place will be Liam Cunningham from Spalding, 2:04.16. Officials conferring there may have been a disqualification in that heat. We'll ask you to check out Meet Mobile for the official results, which should be up in just a few moments. And we'll move to heat number 3. In lane number 1, Chris Yu from McDonogh. His teammate Jesse Zhao from in lane number 2. Rick Reed from Calvert Hall in lane number 3. Miles Koff from Gilman in 4. Mount St. Joe's Aiden Nordhorn in 5. James Fairbank from Calvert Hall in 6. And Rajan Marwaha from McDonogh in lane number 7. Final heat. Heat number 3 of the 200-yard individual medley. They come to the first turn. I'm sorry, the first 50. It's lane number 4, Miles Koff from Gilman. Split time 24 flat in the butterfly, now in the backstroke. Second place, Aiden Nordhorn from Mount St. Joe. And right with him is James Fairbank from Calvert Hall. Now Fairbank slips into second as he comes for the turn into the breaststroke. Split time for Koff, 28-28. Fairbank, 29-23. Nordhorn, 29-72 for your top 3. Now over into freestyle. Fairbank climbing back in it. Fairbank and Koff battling here for the lead. Nordhorn is third. Miles Koff going to take it to the wall, and your heat winner, 154.98. James Fairbank second, 155.76. Aiden Nordhorn third, 2:00.08. Fourth place went to Jesse Zhao from McDonogh, 2:01.45. And next up, we'll have the 50-yard freestyle, the splash and dash here. 4 heats at the JV level. Heat number 1, Joey McCuskey from Spalding. Anthony Callis from St. Joe in 2. Teammate Joe Whitland from Mount St. Joe in 3. Tim Murphy, Calvert Hall in 4. Oliver Murphy from McDonogh in 5. Michael Liberto from St. Joe in 6. And Matthew Sonoraki from Spalding in 7. Your leader, lane number 5, Oliver Murphy. He's followed by Tim Murphy in lane number 4. They come to the wall, and the touch, Oliver Murphy, 28.95. Tim Murphy second, 29.21. And third, Joseph Whitland. Heat number 2, Rafferty Riggs from McDonogh in 1. Ben Melka, St. Joe in 2. Henry Lancaster, Loyola in 3. Evan South from Calvert Hall in 4. Dan Price from Loyola in 5. Anders Raymer from Gilman in 6. Austin Quarles, Mount St. Joe in 7. Justin Clemens, Calvert Hall in 8. Turn it to 50. It's lane number 4. That's Evan Sow from Calvert Hall. He'll come to the wall. Touch first, 24.39. As your winner, Dan Price was second, 24.43. Third went to Ben Melka from Mount St. Joe, 26.84. Henry Lancaster was fourth from Loyola. Heat number 3, Robbie Heer from Calvert Hall in 1. Dominic Gonzalez, Calvert Hall in 2. Reardon Ames, Calvert Hall in 3. Josh Green, McDonogh in 4. Ben Slenker from McDonogh in 5. Cade Whiteford, Calvert Hall in 6. Nathaniel Bradley from Gilman in 7. And Rob Taviti from Gilman in 8. 3 swimmers all together as they come to the wall. The touch, Josh Green, McDonogh, 24-10, your winner. Ben Schlednecker in second from McDonogh, 24-72. Third is Reardon Ames from Calvert Hall, 24-84. Robbie here was a scratch in that heat. Heat number 4, Tomas Colleton from Spalding in 1, Mark Kotov from McDonogh in 2, Teague Johns in 3 for Calvert Hall, Max Oster from McDonogh in 4, Alex Bennett from Loyola in 5, Andrew Nichols, Calvert Hall in 6, Owen Sales from Calvert Hall in 7, and Joey Marks from McDonogh in 8. They come to the wall, lane number 5. That's Alex Bennett, 24-50, your victor. Max Oster is second for McDonogh, 25-01, and third, Andrew Nichols. Ben Suckler from McDonogh is third, 25-20. Second was Josh Green from McDonogh, as they changed the board on me too quickly there. Now we have, well, we got that all screwed up. Okay, now the board is showing butterfly. And we actually had the first heat of the varsity. And it was lane number 5, Ian Vakali Getz from Calvert Hall as your winner. Now the board is coming back to us. We have Derek Thompson from Spalding in 2, Joe Tegel from St. Joe in 3, Brian McCurran from Spalding in 4, Grady Hunter in 5 from St. Joe, Bennett Dieter from Loyola in 6, and Jack Albin from Spalding in 7. Apologies for the JV. The scoreboard was displaying different events and different names than we had in the program. Heat number 2 of event number 9 comes to the wall. The touch, it's Bennett Dieter, 25-20 for your victor from Loyola. Grady Hunter is second from Mount St. Joe, 25-24. Derek Thompson third, 25-56. Heat number 3, Cole Smith from Spalding in 1, Jack O'Hara, Loyola in 2, teammate Jeffrey Rowe in 3, Jack Wiggins from St. Joe in 4, Jimmy Fiore from Calvert Hall in 5, Luke Cornwell, Mount St. Joe in 6, Tyler Bowers, McDonogh in 7, and Jonathan Bradley from Gilman in 8. Leader, lane number 4, that's Jack Wiggins from Mount St. Joe. They'll bring it to the wall and touch. 22-23. Jimmy Fiore second from Calvert Hall, 22-79. Third, Jeffrey Rowe. His time, 23-05. Heat number 4, Bowen Jing from McDonogh in 1, Gavin Halsey, Loyola in 2, McDonogh Stanley Cabbage in 3, Maxwell Jackson in 4, Bofeng Shu in 5. For Loyola, Charlie Will in 6, and Spalding has Eli Zapata in 7 and Brooks McKinley in 8. Leader's number is lane number 4, Maxwell Jackson. At the wall, Jackson 21-51. Bojang Shu second, 22-04. And Stanley Cabbage 22-66. So a sweep for McDonogh in heat number 4. Final heat, Alton Sates from Calvert Hall in 1. Michael Villarreal from Spalding in 2. Carter Williams, Spalding in 3. Gilman's Barrett Emerson in 4. Cooper Walters in 5. Loyola's Ian Durham in 6. Trev Darby from Gilman in 7. And Leo Jaja from Mount St. Joe in 8. At the finish, it will be Cooper Walters, 21.79 for Gilman. His teammate Barrett Emerson is second, 21.93. And third will be Ian Durham from Loyola Blakefield, 22.38. And we'll move to event number 10, the men's 100-yard butterfly, JV level. 2 heats. Lane number 1, Colin Gitchell is a scratch. Will Michael in 2 from Gilman. Bosung Shu from McDonogh in 3. Dalton Duncan from McDonogh in 3. Parker Feria from Spalding in 5. Valerio Astori in 6 for Calvert Hall. Andrew Rebel, teammate, in 7. And Jack Klein from Spalding in lane number 8. Also scratching lane number 4, that's Dalton Duncan from McDonogh. At the wall, Bosung Shu, your winner, 101.18. Second is Valerio Astori, 103.58. Third was Parker Feria from Spalding, 103.72. Final heat, heat number 2, Finn O'Brien from Loyola in 1. Teammate Grayson O'Hara in 2. McDonough's Quincy Jackson in 3. Loyola's Teddy Sinclair in 4. Sean Jiang from Gilman in 5. Alex Bennett from Loyola in 6. Dylan Dove Goodwin from Mount St. Joe in 7. And Mason Razik from Calvert Hall in 8. Touching first at the 50 is Sean Jiang from Gilman, 26.90 on the split. Quincy Jackson, second for McDonogh, 27.46. And Teddy Sinclair, third, 27.54. And at the wall, Quincy Jackson, your winner, 58.01 for McDonogh. Second is Gilman's Sean Jiang, 59.07. And third, Teddy Sinclair, 59.36 from Loyola. Now we have 3 heats of the varsity level of the 100 butterfly. Lane number 1 is Zach Albin from Spalding. 2 is Henry Lynch from Calvert Hall. 3 is Zach Mayer from McDonogh. Teammate Justin G in 4 and Jack Mislow in 5. Then back to Gilman, Matthew Lind in 6 and Henry Kunisaki in 7. Touch at the 50, it is she, 23.40, followed by Mislow 24.74, and Mayer 24.86. Again, all three McDonogh swimmers. At the wall, Justin Shee, 49.62. For McDonogh, your winner, Jack Mislow, teammate, 52.69. Zach Mayer, also a teammate, 53.52. Fourth place, Gilman's Matthew Lynn, 54.87. Heat number 2 is Andrew Zielinski from Mount St. Joe. 2 is Matthew Hart from Loyola. Aubrey Henderson, Spalding in 3. Kian Siri, Gilman in 4. Mount St. Joe's Aiden Nordhorn in 5. Cooper Chasm in 6 from McDonogh. And Calvert Hall's Emery Eldrith is in lane number 7. Heat number 2 in the water. Emery Eldrith was a scratch from Calvert Hall. Your heat winner, 52.41 for Kian Siri from Gilman, lane number 4. Second place was Cooper Chasm from McDonogh, 53.05. And third place, Aiden Norhorn from Mount St. Joe, 54.12. Final heat is heat number 3. Oliver Stanley for Calvert Hall in 1. Miles Moon from Loyola in 2. Dylan Melendick from Calvert Hall in 3. Miles Koff from Gilman in 4. Tim Mihawk from Loyola in 5. His teammate Oscar Frazier in 6. And in lane number 7 from Spalding, Foster Lynham. At the turn, Dylan Melendick is your leader, 24.54 at the split. Miles Koff is second, 24.95. Tim Mihawk is third. At the wall, it is Dylan Melendick from Calvert Hall, 52.67. Miles Koff is second from Gilman, 52.70. Third, Tim Mihawk from Loyola, 53.19. And we now have 4 heats of the 100-yard freestyle at the JV level. In lane number 3 will be Joe Whitland from Mount St. Joe. Also from St. Joe, Michael Liberto in 4. Anthony Callis in 5, and from Spalding, it's Matthew Morgan in lane number 6. At the 50, your leader is Anthony Callis from St. Joe, 37-15 on the split. Joe Whitland is second, 38-47 on the split. And third is Matthew Morgan, 38-73. And your heat winner, Anthony Callis from Mount St. Joe, 116.55. Second was Joseph Whitland, 123.60. Third was Matthew Morgan, 124.78. Michael Liberto was fourth. Heat number 2, Colin Hunter from St. Joe in 1. Teammate Finn Teagle in lane number 2. Austin Chun from Calvert Hall in 3, Carlos Idle from Spalding in 4, Ben Slinker from McDonogh in 5, William Baranano from Gilman in 6, Thomas Culleton from Spalding in 7, and Tim Murphy of Calvert Hall in 8. And scratch Austin Chun from Calvert Hall in lane number 3. Leader is Carlos Idle from Spalding in 4. He's followed by Ben Slankner from McDonogh as they come to the wall. It's going to be close. The touch. It is Ben Slankner, 55-16 for McDonogh. Carlos Idle is second, 55-46. And William Baranano from Gilman is third, 102-36. Heat number 3, McDonogh's Edward Kotov in lane number 1. Anders Raymer from Gilman in 2. Max Oster from McDonogh in 3. Nate Smith, Calvert Hall in 4. Loyola's Finley Mitchell in 5. Mark Kotov in lane number 6 from McDonogh. And Calvert Hall's Owen Sales in 7 and Justin Clemens in 8. This is heat number 3 of 4. So they come to the first 50 and make the turn. Your leader, Nate Smith, split time 25-24. Finley Mitchell is second, 26-14. And Max Oster third, 26-71. That remains the order as they turn for home in this 100-yard freestyle. At the wall, Nate Smith for Calvert Hall, 52-85, your winner. Loyola's Finley Mitchell is second, 54-48, and Max Oster from McDonogh, 57-36 for third. Final heat, Arav Travidi from Gilman in 1, Dominic Gonzalez from Calvert Hall in 2, Ben Phillips, Loyola in 3, Aiden Price, Loyola in 4, Satya Campbell from McDonogh in 5, Ian Thomas from Gilman in 6, Calvert Hall's Teague Johns in 7, and Caleb Blight in 8. At the split, it was Ben Phillips for Loyola, followed by Satya Campbell and Aiden Price. At the finish, it's Aiden Price, 53.89 from Loyola. Second was Ben Phillips from Loyola, 54.37. And third was Satya Campbell from McDonogh, 55.04. 4 heats of the men's 100 at the varsity level is next. Heat number 1 is Ian Varkali Getz from Calvert Hall. In lane number 3, Eli Zapata from Spalding in 4. Bennett Dieter from Loyola in 5. And in lane number 6 is Jalen Clemens for Calvert Hall. Where's that come from? And for heat number 1, your winner, Bennett Dieter, 55.61. Eli Zapata, second, 56.64 from Spalding. Dieter from Loyola. Third went Varkali Getz from Calvert Hall. Heat number 2 will have Baldwin Jing from McDonogh in 1, Loyola's Jack O'Hara in 2, Gilman's Trev Darby in 3, Bofang Shu from McDonogh in 4, Luke Recton from Calvert Hall in 5, Tim Williams Spalding in 6, Jimmy Fiore from Calvert Hall in 7, and Evan Alliger from Mount St. Joe in 8. At the turn, it was tied. Bofang Shu in lane number 4 and Luke Recton both turned with a 23.68. Tim Williams was third. They come to the wall. It's going to be Luke Recton, 48.81. Bofang Shu is second, 49.16. Third is Tim Williams, 50.41. Heat number 3, Jonathan Bradley from Gilman in 1. Colby Kaminsky, Calvert Hall in 2. St. Joe's Jack Wiggins in 3. Maxwell Jackson from McDonogh in 4. Bogdan Mistak, Gilman in 5. David Stanley Spalding in 6. Stanley Cabbage in McDonogh in 7. And Cole Smith from Spalding in 8. At the wall, Bogdan Mistak, 46.74 from Gilman. Second was Maxwell Jackson from McDonogh, 47.03. And third, Jack Wiggins from Mount St. Joe, 50.92. Final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. Alton Seitz from Calvert Hall in 1. Charlie Will, Loyola in 2. Cooper Walters from Gilman in 3. Spencer Belbot from Loyola in 4. Cody Wynn from Spalding in 5. Carter Williams from Spalding in 6. Grant Wright from Gilman in 7. Leo Jaja from Mount St. Joe in lane number 8. early lead. Spencer Belmont, lane number 4, off the first wall and on the breakout. He'll come to the wall as your leader. Belmont split time 22:16. He's followed by Cooper Walters from Gilman, 23:29, and Cody Wynn from Spalding, 23:39. Belmont body length lead over Walters and Wynn. And at the finish, it's Spencer Belmont, 46:04. Cooper Walters is second, 48:09. And third, Cody Wynn, 48:38. And for the 500-yard freestyle, we'll get you started here with the lane assignments, and then we'll let you watch the race. We'll turn down the sound. We'll come back to you at the end of the race with the finish. In lane number 1, lane number 1 for McDonogh, Chidi Anwanibi. In lane number 2, Gilman's Brody Carr. 3, Adler Spot from Gilman. 4, Joe Accioni from Loyola. 5 is Luke Parsons from McDonogh. 6 is Calvert Hall's Garrett Daly, and Bennett McWilliams from Gilman is lane number 8. All 3 swimmers come together. Early lead, Joe Accioni from Loyola Blakefield, 28:30 on this first 50 split. Second place is Luke Parsons, and he's followed by Adler Spot from Gilman. Joe Accioni from Loyola now slips into the lead. Adler Spot is second. So it's Parsons, then Accioni, then Spot in that order. And they'll approach the 150 mark, remaining the same. So we're going to turn the sound down, take a quick break here, and be back to you with the latter part of the race. Thank you, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we come down to the finals here. And the bell lap was given. And a race to the wall. And your winner, Joe Accioni from Loyola Blakefield, 5:11.83. Luke Parsons was second, 5:11.98 from McDonogh. Third place goes to Adler Spot, 5:39.62. And we'll give you the lane assignments for heat number 2. Cade Whiteford from Calvert Hall in lane number 1. Loyola's Brendan McAleer in 2. Omid Nanaji from McDonogh in 3. Jake Fitzgerald from Loyola in 4. Also from Loyola, Cole Grayson in 5. Parker Feria from Spalding in 6. Andrew Nichols in 7 from Calvert Hall. And McDonogh's Camden Wade in lane number 8. So we'll let you finish the remainder of heat number 1 as they come to the wall. And then we'll show you the entire race and be back with the commentary at the finish in just a few moments. Turning the sound down and leaving the video on the pool. We'll be back to you in just a few. Thank you. And your heat winner, Jake Fitzgerald from Loyola. 5:01.08. Omid Nadanji is second from McDonogh. 5:19.83. And Cole Grayson from Loyola is third, 5:23.12. Parker Feria from Spalding was fourth. Event number 15 will be the varsity variety of the 500. Be 3 heats. In lane number 2, Foster Lyman from Spalding, Holden Herman from Gilman in 2, Bryce Heo from Gilman in 4, Herman was in 3, Salvatore Anello from Loyola in 5, Liam McAvenue from Calvert Hall in 6, and Luke McAvenue from Calvert Hall in 7. We'll follow the same drill for the 500s for the varsity level. Early leader in lane number 4, that's Bryce Heo. Split time 25-24 on the first 50. And Bryce is from Gilman. He's followed by Salvatore Anello from Loyola. And in third place on the other side is Holden Herman from Gilman, his teammate. Liam McAvenue making his move to slip into third. So now it goes Heo, Anello, McAvenue, Liam that is. And we'll turn the sound down, come back to you around the bell lap for the remainder of the race. Thank you. And the bell lap given. That's in lane number 4. Bryce Heo. Bryce will come to the wall. Winning time, 4:46.80. Second place, very close. Salvatore Anello, 4:55.07. And Holden Herman, 4:55.14. Fourth will go to Liam McAvenue from Calvert Hall. So it went Heo, Anello, Herman, and McAvenue in that order. Heat 2 will feature Oscar Frazier from Loyola in 2, Rahul Shanani from McDonogh in 3, Charlie Davini in lane number 4 from Gilman, Matt Dyer from Loyola in 5, McDonough's James Liu in lane number 6, and Oliver Luzar from Calvert Hall in lane number 7. And a turn at the first 50. Your leader, Charlie Davini from Gilman, 25.91 on a turn. I'll say on a split. Rahul Shanini was second from Gilman. And the bell lap given. Charlie Davini from Gilman. We'll bring it to the wall. Winning time, 4:47.95. Rahul Shanani from McDonogh second, 4:50.64. Matt Dyer from Loyola Blakefield, 4:51.81 for third. And James Liu, McDonogh, is fourth. Final heat of the 500. Gilman's Oscar Spott in 2. Cole Lewis in 3 for Spalding. McDonough's Riley Poirier in 4. Zeke Wickham in 5. For Spalding, it's Cooper Lewis in 6. And Calvert Hall's Owen Shedwick is in lane number 7. Top seed for the 500. Riley Poirier from McDonogh. Seat time, 4:41.64. At the first 50, it's Poirier's teammate, Zach Wickham, with the lead, 25.56. Poirier's second, and Cooper Lewis is third. And they come up on the 200. And now Riley Poirier has slipped into the lead ahead of Zeke Wickham, his teammate. So it's Gilman, 1-2. Third place, Cooper Lewis for Spalding. Close to him is Cole Lewis, also from Spalding. So it's Poirier, Wickham, and Lewis. Cole, that is. And the bell lap giving, the last 50 to Riley Poirier. And he's going to come to the finish ahead of his seed time. Winning time, 4:48.48 from McDonogh. Second place is going to go to his teammate, Zeke Wickham, 4:50.69. Third place is Cole Lewis from Spalding, 4:55.15. Fourth place, Oscar Spott. And fifth was Cooper Lewis. And there's going to be one heat of the relay. In this relay at the varsity level, A relays for both Spalding and Mount St. Joe in the 200-yard freestyle. $50 free for each swimmer, 4 of them, total of 200. Early lead by Mount St. Joe in lane number 5. Touch in the split time, 28:04. Spalding second, 28:55. Second swimmers, Spalding swimmer coming back in, slipping into the slight lead as they'll come down to the halfway point. Third swimmer is about to enter. Spalding now your leader. They split that at 25:12. St. Joe at 25:91. Turn together, and now St. Joe back into the slight lead. And they touch first, into the water first. 28:22 on the split, 29:10 for Spalding. And they'll come to the wall. It looks like Mount St. Joe's A will end up being the winner of this. If they touch. No, they did not touch in time, and Spalding slipped in with a 1:53.42. Mount St. Joe at a 1:53.49. Next up is the 100-yard backstroke JV variety, 3 heats. Shoria Sivak from Gilman in lane number 2. Carlos Idle from Spalding in 3. Ben Phillips from Loyola in 4. Grayson O'Hara, Loyola in 5. Brody Carr, Gilman in 6. And Joey Marks in 7. And the split, 29-53 for the leader, Ben Phillips from Loyola. Second is Grayson O'Hara, also from Loyola, 31-14. And third at 32 flat is Carlos Idle for Spalding. And it comes to the finish. It is Ben Phillips, 101.43. He's followed by Grayson O'Hara from Loyola, 104.66. Carlos Idle is third, 106.40. Fourth will go to Brody Carr from Gilman. Heat number 2. We'll have Nathaniel Bradley from Gilman in 2, Caleb Colburn from Calvert Hall in 3, Austin Smith from McDonogh in 4, Nate Smith from Calvert Hall in 5, Satya Campbell from McDonogh in 6, and Joey McCuskey from Spalding in lane number 7. They come to the first 50. It's Austin Smith from McDonogh, your leader, split time 28.86. Nate Smith is second from Calvert Hall, 29.91. And in third, it's Caleb Colburn, 31.55 from Calvert Hall. It remains the same as they turn for home. The heat winner is Austin Smith from McDonogh, 59.06. Nate Smith second from Calvert Hall, 101.84. Caleb Colburn from Calvert Hall, 104.43 for third. And Satya Campbell from McDonogh is fourth. Heat number 3 will have Matthew Morgan from Spalding in 1, Henry Lancaster from Loyola in 2, Oren Carrillo from Calvert Hall in 3, Austin Bowman from Loyola in 4, Ian Nolet from Spalding in 5, Alfie Adolvi from Mount St. Joe in 6, and Camden Wade from McDonogh in lane number 7. Your leader in lane number 4 is Austin Bowman for Loyola. He'll go to the wall first. His split time, 29.11. Second place is Ian Nolet, 31.15 for Spalding. And third, Hovind Carrillo from Calvert Hall, 31.80. Fourth is Alfie Adolvi, Mount St. Joe. Over a 2 body length lead for Bowman, as he will touch with a winning time of 59.79 for Loyola. Second place is going to go to Hovind Carrillo, 105.30. Ian Nolet from Spalding is third, 105.48. Alfie Adolvi, Mount St. Joe, fourth, 106.72. Henry Lancaster is fifth. Event number 20, the varsity level. Three heats. Henry Konosaki from Gilman in 1. Jeffrey Rowe, Loyola in 2. Cole Lewis, Spalding in 3. Gilman's Barrett Emerson in 4. Peyton Knott from Calvert Hall in 5. Caden Trainer, Calvert Hall in 6. And Brooks McKinley from Spalding in 7. And they approach the turn. Split time for Barrett Emerson, your leader from Gilman, 25-36. Second place, 27-20 split for Peyton Knott. And third place is 27-59 from Caden Trainer from Calvert Hall. Also coming on, lane number 3, Cole Lewis from Spalding. At the finish is Barrett Emerson, Gilman, 52-68. Peyton Knott in second for Calvert Hall, 55-22. And third, Cole Lewis from Spalding, 56-86. Fourth place went to Caden Trainer from Calvert Hall. Heat number 2, Joe Tagle from Mount St. Joe in 1. Oliver Stanley, Calvert Hall in 2. Miles Moon from Loyola in 3. Will Rosenthal in 4 from Spalding. Jack Mislow from McDonogh in 5. Zach Mayer, McDonogh in 6. Henry Lynch, Calvert Hall in 7. And Porter Taylor, Spalding in lane number 8. Split time, 25-85 on Will Rosenthal from Spalding, your leader. Second place, Jack Mislow, followed by Zach Mayer. In that order, they're coming to the wall. Your winner, Will Rosenthal, 53-23. Jack Mislow second, 53-91. Zach Mayer third, 54-75. Fourth went to Miles Moon. And fifth, Oliver Stanley. Final heat of the backstroke. In lane number 1, Emery Eldrith from Calvert Hall. Second is Aubrey Henderson from Spalding. Ethan Davies from McDonogh third. Liam McQuaid, Loyola in 4. Bogdan Mistak for Gilman in 5. Rahan Marwaha from McDonogh in 6. Oscar Spott from Gilman in 7. And Andrew Zielinski from Mount St. Joe in lane number 8. Looks like we have Emery Eldrith as a scratch for Calvert Hall in lane number 1. They'll come to the wall. Lane number 5 is Bogdan Mistak with your lead, 25.04 on the split. Second is Liam McQuaid, 25.64. At third place is Ethan Davies, McDonogh in lane number 3. Davies and Marwaha battling it out for third. Your winner, though, Bogdan Mistak, 51.79. Liam McQuaid, 52.45 for second. Third went to Raha Marwaha, 54.66. And fourth, Ethan Davies, 55.25. Fifth was Oscar Spott. Next up, the final event of the morning of the prelim session. Final stroke is the breaststroke. For the JV level, there'll be 3 heats. Heat number 1 is Chidi Anawabi from McDonogh, Austin Chun from Calvert Hall in 3, Ray Yang in 4 from Gilman, Ian Thomas Gilman in 5, St. Joe's Finn Tagle in 6, Matthew Sonoraki from Spalding in lane number 7. And it looks like Austin Chun from Calvert Hall is a scratch. There'll be 3 heats of the JV followed by 3 heats of the varsity. Your leader in lane number 5 is Ian Thomas from Gilman. Make that Ray Yang from Gilman. Ian Thomas is second. And at the wall, Ray Yang, 110.71. Your winner from Gilman, his teammate Ian Thomas, second, 114.81. Third place is Finn Tagle from Mount St. Joe, 121.52. Fourth is Chidi Anawabi from McDonogh. Heat number 2 will find in lane number 2, Austin Quarles from St. Joe. Teammate Ben Melka in 3. Quincy Jackson from McDonogh in 4. His teammate Josh Green in 5. Jaden Williams for Loyola Blakefield in 6. And back to McDonogh in lane number 7, Oliver Murphy. Leader Quincy Jackson from McDonogh in lane number 4. Split time was 31.83. His teammate Josh Green is second. And in third place is Ben Melka. At the finish, it is Quincy Jackson, 107.01. Josh Green is second, 111.81. Third will go to Ben Melka, 115.68. Fourth place, Jaden Williams from Loyola. Final heat of the JV and final heat of JV for the entire morning. We'll find lane number 2, Brendan McAleer from Loyola. His teammate, Finley Mitchell, in 3. For Calvert Hall, Evan Seo in lane number 4. and Reardon Ames in 5. For Loyola Blakefield, Dan Price in 6. And for Mount St. Joe, Colin Hunter